Hello there, everyone, and welcome once again to the TrainAid HQ. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we are looking at the Level 4 Certificate in Education and Training, the Observer Declaration form. So this video is all about the Level 4 Certificate in Education and Training, and especially for those staff members or colleagues who are going to be supporting your colleague, perhaps the candidate who is embarking on the Level 4 certificate in education and training. So every successful Level 4 CET learner has an in-house mentor who's going to support them with their 3 lesson observations, and also to check in with them regularly to see how they're progressing with their Level 4 teaching course. To be eligible for your to be a mentor for anyone embarking on the Level 4 teaching course, you must be a current teacher. So you must be a current practitioner, whether you're teaching perhaps part-time or full-time, and you are seeing the candidate on a regular basis as well. So you could be mentoring regularly. You could be opting to mentor your colleague who's embarking on the Level 4 as well. So when someone signs up to the Level 4, they will have a Zoom welcome meeting to explain more about the course and how it's structured. So we do recommend that you attend this Zoom welcome meeting as well. When your colleague perhaps signs up to the Level 4 course, they will, of course, need to be observed 3 times over the duration of the course, and we will need a copy of your teaching certificate. So just on the list here, we have a number of qualifications which are accepted to carry out the 3 lesson observations. So if you have a Level 4 certificate in education and training, so this is the Level 4 CET, Kettles, or even a CERT, fantastic, you can carry out the 3 lesson observations. If you have a Level 5 diploma in education and training, such as L4 CET or DETLS, or a PGCE within secondary or higher education, you can carry out the lesson observations. If you have QTS or QTLS, fantastic, you can carry out the 3 lesson observations. But once again, please do send a copy of your certificate to the CET team, and we can save your certificate to the database, and you can carry out those lesson observations. Now, the certificates which are not accepted, so if you are a mentor and if you have any of these certificates, unfortunately, you'll not be able to carry out the 3 lesson observations. Of course, you can still be a mentor to support the learner. That is no problem at all, but you will not be able to carry out those lesson observations. So if you have a Level 3 or 4 award in education and training, so Level 3 or Level 4 AET, you will not be able to carry out the lesson observations. If you have a PGCE within primary, or you have any leadership and management qualifications, unfortunately, you will not be able to carry out those 3 lesson observations. If you have TEFL or a CELTA or any language-based teaching qualifications, or if you have just a subject specialist degree without any teaching qualification, you'll not be able to carry out those lesson observations. So just to reiterate, if your colleague is starting the program, if they've asked for you to be a mentor and to carry out the 3 lesson observations, then you must send a copy of one of these teaching qualifications into us. The lesson observations are developmental, so you're there to support your colleague, and you can write the lesson observation feedback onto either the TrainAid template, or it can be your own internal lesson observation form as well. So the lessons are developmental, they're not graded. The purpose of the lessons is to highlight the strengths and areas for development of your colleague. So you're there to give lots of support and guidance as well. So our advice is to please send in a copy of your certificate as soon as possible as well. Here we have the qualified teacher agreement. So this is a declaration to say that you understand that you must send in a copy of your teaching certificate before carrying out the 3 lesson observations. The teaching certificate that you send to us must be clear. It must also show the date of when your teaching qualification has been achieved, and also TrainAid has the right to reject any certificate which is not clear as well. So please make it clear when you achieve the qualification by. Obviously, the lesson observations, the 3 lesson observations should be spread out over the duration of the candidate's course. So the 3 lesson observations cannot be squeezed into 1 week. They must be spread out, perhaps at the start of the learner's level 4 teaching qualification, somewhere in the middle. That could be the 2nd observation, and the 3rd and final lesson observation can be at the end of the course, and that will show obviously progress throughout those 3 lesson observation. It gives the chance for the level 4 candidate to really improve upon the feedback given after each of the lesson observations as well. So please make sure that there is a gap in between each of the lesson observations. Please make sure that you give honest, constructive, and supportive feedback to your colleague or the trainee teacher that you're supporting. The lesson observation reports must be written in detail, so you must give lots of feedback to the candidate as well. So if you're providing a brief lesson observation form, that might be sent back to you for you to elaborate on your points within the lesson observation report as well. Please also complete the lesson observation that you are more familiar with. So in regards to the lesson observation form, you can of course use the TrainAid template, or your own schools or colleges, your own organization's lesson observation form as well. Okay, that's not a problem at all. In regards to the duration of the lesson observation, we strongly recommend that each of the 3 lesson observations should be an hour long. Okay, so if your lesson observations are 45 minutes or an hour, that is absolutely fine. A lesson observation should not be a learning walk. Okay, so lesson observation should be a formal affair with your colleague undertaking the level 4 teaching course. They should provide you with a lesson plan before this lesson observation takes place as well. So it should be formal, and it cannot be deemed a learning walk where the lesson observation is 15 minutes long. So that would not be acceptable as a lesson observation as well. Lesson observations must be live. They cannot be recorded and reviewed afterwards. So you must be observing the level 4 candidates. They need to be teaching live. They need to be teaching to groups or classes of learners. So please make sure that this is live as well. If you are happy with the level 4 observer contract, you must sign and date the form, okay, and return this to us along with a copy of your teaching certificate as well. But if you would like to book in a meeting with TrainAid to discuss the role of the mentor in greater detail, please get in contact and we can arrange a meeting for you. So hopefully this declaration is nice and clear, and thank you very much for supporting perhaps your colleague with the level 4 teaching course. So thank you once again, and any questions then please do get in contact with the team. Thank you. Bye for now.